What's going on, Knicks Nation? We are back for another Knicks Nation post-game show. Your New York Knicks lose the Indiana Pacers 121-132. That's right. We gave up 132 points to this Pacer team that just dropped under 90 points in their previous game. Appreciate every single one of you joining me in here tonight on this Sunday evening. Just a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to go over. Frustrating, to say the least, after coming off that great win in Madison Square Garden. Kind of want to build momentum. These 2 games on the road, Indiana, Philadelphia, and then you get smacked in the first game. Appreciate every single one of you in here. Nostalgic, hit them up. What's going on, man? Calm night. Yeah, man. Look, this game sucked. Defensively, the New York Knicks were absolutely torched on the defensive end. Torched. Offensively, wasn't the issue. And Anunoby showed up both ends. But there's a couple of guys, one guy in particular that did not show up tonight. A couple of guys in particular that did not show up tonight. I'll put 3 guys that did not show up. I'll throw Tom Thibodeau in there as well. Yeah, man. I mean, look, the Knicks have been just so underrated, like underperforming defensively this season. And look, I point my finger to Mikal Bridges. We'll get to Mikal Bridges. He just doesn't look engaged at all, defensively and offensively. He looks bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Tonight, he didn't look good. 0 of 5 from 3 tonight. Not a fourth quarter team when the New York Knicks have to be. In that fourth quarter, I think the Pacers were 8 of 13 from 3. The New York Knicks were 1 of 10 from 3, I believe. The Knicks just couldn't defend the 3. The missed free throws by Brunson, a cat to cut the lead to like 5 or 6. And I contribute that to fatigue, right? I mean, guys, Tom Thibodeau in November is currently playing a 7-man rotation. In the month of November, Tom Thibodeau is playing a 7-man rotation. I love Thibs, but that is wild. That is absolutely wild. And you can't convince me that that's not contributing to the Knicks being poor defensively in this fourth quarter. You can't convince me that. Tom Thibodeau does not trust anybody else but 5 to 10 minutes of Jericho Sims, and when Sims is in there, it doesn't look good. And 29 minutes of Deuce McBride, who tonight didn't really give you much. And 2 minutes of Tyler Kolek, who got in the first half and then got subbed out late in the first quarter for a defensive possession, put Brunson back in, and then did not play the entire game. Sometimes I scratch my head. Sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes it just gets me upset, and there's nothing we can do about it because that's how Tom Thibodeau is. That's how he coaches. And to me, in November, look, a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. But right now I'm talking about Tom Thibodeau. In November, he's playing 7 guys, essentially. You go to the Indiana side, they're down so many people. Obi Toppin's out. Nembhard is out. Naismith is out. And Rick Carlisle is still trusting his guys, even for like spot minutes. Like Freeman got 9 minutes, Walker 27, Nakano 16, Jackson 11, Murphy got in there for 4 spot minutes. Tom Thibodeau, nope. Another game, and another game poorly coached by Tom Thibodeau, in my opinion. It's November, man. Kolek 2 minutes because you forgot to sub him back in the second quarter. It just doesn't make sense, guys. Like, am I crazy? But it just doesn't make sense. Like, it is such a long season. And for you not to trust even Daddy a couple minutes, for you not to trust freaking Kolek at 2 minutes, who Kolek has been playing well when he's getting time. Why not put him in? And the 3 or 4 games that you've lost where the starters have played heavy minutes, you've lost. So it's not working. Hukporti didn't play tonight again. Matt Ryan doesn't play. Daddy ain't nope. Kolek 2 minutes. It's unheard of. It's absolutely unheard of. It is too soon to be having a 7-man rotation. And I know, Thibs really played 8. No. Kolek played 2 minutes. And it's like Tom Thibodeau forgot to play him in the second quarter, forgot to sub him back in. It's like he forgets. He doesn't trust anyone but his starters, and it's too soon for that, man. It's too soon, man. I just wanted to get that off my chest about Tom Thibodeau. I think it's absolutely crazy that he's playing 7-man in the month of November, and I'm sure most of you agree. Appreciate every single one of you in here. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Smash the like button, man. Tough loss, tough way to lose in Indiana. Knicks are now 4-5 on the season. Didn't play a lick of defense. Pacers scored 40 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Amanda, what's going on? So tired of it. Daniel, what's going on? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to every single one of you as well. Flyboy, what's going on? Same BS. Dibs need to get out of here with that old school coaching. Dibs needs to change it up or we're going to have a long season, Joel says in the chat. Mike, what's going on, man? Appreciate you always hopping in here for becoming a member. What's up? Only thing to look at is the minutes. That's it, man. That's it. 40 points in the fourth quarter. Fatigue has something to do with that. If you don't think fatigue doesn't have something to do with that, then you're crazy. It does. And Knicks are just kind of in these games in the fourth quarter, they're not playing well defensively. They're not locked in. Maybe it's because they're playing 40-plus minutes, Tom Thibodeau. I don't know. It's obvious. Of course, he's not going to say that, though. He's going to deny it. I'm pissed we just lost to the Pacers of all teams. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Thibs needs to utilize his bench. Look, it's like beating a dead horse. I've come on here multiple times, and it's been ever since Precious got down. It's just like Thibs is not utilizing his bench, doesn't trust Daddy, he doesn't trust Hukporti, doesn't really trust anyone. He keeps going to Jericho Sims. Playing 2 minutes of Tyler Kolek tonight is absolutely inexcusable, in my opinion. Kolek can give you passing. The ball moves with Tyler Kolek. He can shoot like he's showing you. He's actually been playing well. 2 minutes, you forgot to put him in the second half. Stupid. And I know some of you don't want to hear that, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. Eric says, I don't know why Thibs not using the bench more, especially early in the season. Give the guys a bench a chance. Yeah, Eric, it's totally frustrating here. It's frustrating. Look, it's frustrating, but yeah, let's get to the starters, man. Brunson, I thought had a great game. 11 of 17 from the field, 10 of 7, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, 33 and 10. Brunson gives you 33. Karl-Anthony Towns gives you 30 and 9. And Towns played well. The Knicks as a team only shot 25 threes tonight. That number needs to go up. And in their wins, that number has gone up. And the Knicks shoot. Obviously, they shoot better when they shoot more. But I thought the turning point tonight was when they took away that OG Anunoby 3 at the timeout at the end of the third quarter. They took away a 3. And that was kind of like a blow. But Anunoby, homecoming, he played in Indiana. He played college in Indiana. You could tell OG Anunoby wanted to win this game from start to finish. I think he had 19 first-half points. Anunoby was locked in. 19 first-half points from Indiana. He went to college in Indiana. You could tell that he wanted to beat this team last year. That's why he risked his body in Game 7. But look, Josh Hart showed up. Brunson showed up. Karl-Anthony Towns showed up. OG Anunoby showed up. Mikal Bridges. Let's get to Mikal Bridges, ladies and gentlemen. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. 0-6 from 3, 4-11 from the field, 42 minutes from Mikal Bridges. I don't like what I'm seeing from Mikal Bridges right now, especially in this game. To me, he just doesn't look engaged defensively. His body language, to me, is not where I want it to be. It just looks like the Knicks haven't figured it out how to get him involved offensively, and he's parked in the corner majority of the game. They want to get him the ball when the bench comes in, but the bench doesn't come in. So Mikal just looks defensively. He looked lost tonight. Mikal Bridges looked absolutely lost tonight defensively, and he was getting spun around. Halliburton called him a couple of times, and he just looks so disengaged defensively. He's not aggressive offensively. You want him to be more aggressive, especially driving to the basket. He's just right now, he's just giving me an empty feeling right now. Obviously, I know him to be a great player, a good player, but the Knicks are just struggling to get Mikal Bridges going. And it's honestly, it's carrying over to his defense because defensively, it's not where it needs to be for Mikal Bridges. It's not. And this is not just a point the finger at Mikal Bridges, but it just tonight I just didn't feel anything from him. I mean, a lot of 8 points, didn't hit a 3 offensive rebounds is what you liked, 4 assists, you like that. But I didn't like his body language tonight at all. And he just looked disengaged all game long. I'm not sure if he's nursing anything, but look, Brunson gave you 33 and 10, but I think the coaching staff needs to get this guy going because Mikal Bridges is too important to this team to have nights like this. He is. He's too important to this team to have nights like this, especially defensively when he's guarding Halliburton. And Halliburton came into this game not really scoring much. And, of course, tonight, Halliburton gives you 35 and 14. So, yeah. Sucks, man. Sucks big. Shoot. I didn't like the way tonight felt like at all. Tony says we don't need to shoot more threes. We got to have more balance with the team and the bench with minutes. You're having your starting five tied in the fourth, and it shows giving up 40 points in a quarter. Look, the balance with this team isn't an issue. These wins, Mikal Bridges was 2 points away from the Knicks, I think, having 8 straight games with the starters scoring in double digits. The balance with the team is what I'm not concerned about, but this team needs to shoot only 20 – how many threes? 7 to 25 from three tonight. I thought that number could have gone up, and obviously you compile that with the bench play, which is giving you nothing, and Mikal gave you absolutely nothing. It's wild how we let Mathurin 38 on us. Feels like we make no adjustments. Knicks just hoping to outscore a team and not make it hard from them. Mathurin was cooking us from start to finish all night long. Felt like he had a magnet ball there. 13 of 18 from the field for Mathurin. 38 points, 7 and 9 from 3, 13 of 18 from the field, 8 rebounds. Just cooking the Knicks all night long. Just cooking them. And down the stretch, give up 40 in a quarter. That's rough. You're not going to win. In the second half, the Knicks gave up 74 points to this Indiana Pacer team. 34 in the third quarter and 40 in the fourth quarter, after giving up 29 and 29 in the first and second quarter. So defensively was a struggle tonight. It's not where this Knicks team they're not where they need to be defensively. They're not. And it's showing in the record, and it sucks coming off that great win at home versus the Bucks. Things were clicking. But it just seems like when this team gets down in the fourth quarter, especially fatigue catches up to them, they have heavy legs. They can't overcome the storms. And look, credit to the Pacers. They were shooting lights out in the fourth quarter. But majority of that is because they were open. 8 of 13 from 3 is kind of insane and unheard of. But if they're open, there's a high probability that they're going to make those shots. Tony says Bridges will be fine. The worry right now is who is he playing off the bench to help these starters not play 40 minutes. Someone in the front office needs to intervene with Thibs. He is too stubborn. Amanda, I can't disagree with you. Can't disagree with you. And that's where I think I said it a couple of games ago. I know, call me crazy, but the loss of Johnny Bryant, who was always in his ear, giving him substitutions. I'm at loss for words, honestly. Like, I know Tom Thibodeau doesn't really like to play 9 guys, 10, but no, I know he doesn't he just doesn't trust his bench right now. And it's last season, it wasn't like this, right? But it wasn't like this beginning of the season when we had obviously guys coming off the bench and that you can go to. But this season, I know you're down Precious, but 2 minutes from Tyler Kolek is crazy. And what is that going to do confidence-wise for your rookie? He didn't do anything wrong. It's just that he didn't play. Like, this is not game 4 of Knicks Pacers second round where these guys need to play heavy minutes and it's the playoffs. This is game 9 of an 82-game season. And Hart 43 minutes, Brunson 41 minutes, Towns 39 minutes, OG 36 minutes, Bridges 42 minutes. It seems like Towns is the consistent guy that keeps coming out the game, but he has such a short leash with Jericho Sims. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just, in my opinion, it's honestly, it's not what you want in the month of November. It's not. And I can't defend him on it. It's actually baffling. Like, I'm actually kind of like, it's crazy. Like, coming into the season versus going back to game 1, right? Versus the Boston Celtics. It was rumored that Daddy A would get some playing time because the Knicks were down so many guys. And Daddy A got in the game. And ever since then, it's like Thibs has just been sticking with his starters. And it's not because Daddy A did something wrong. It's not because Kolek has been doing anything wrong. Kolek has been playing well when given the minutes. Huck Porty's just chomping at the bit. Sims isn't playing well. He keeps running Sims out there. It's frustrating, man. It is. It's frustrating, to say the least. It's frustrating, man. Disappointing game. Super disappointed, but hey, I know we're about 10% of the season down, still super early. The Knicks are still trying to find their footing. Look, we're under 500, and the Eastern Conference right now is not looking good. You got two teams in the Eastern Conference pretty much running the show, and everyone else is just bunched in and trying to figure it out. But tonight, I mean, this Knicks team is so Jekyll and Hyde, right? The 4 wins that they've had, they've looked good. The balance has been there. The balance was there tonight. It's just, in these losses defensively, they haven't shown up. Bridges looks disengaged. Just not liking what I'm seeing from Bridges. And I'm not putting that on Bridges. I'm also putting that on the coaching staff. You got to find ways to get Mikal Bridges, who you spent a lot of assets to get. You got to find him. You got to get him more engaged. Got to. If he's going to have nights like this, it's going to be tough to win. Tony says Bridges should have never played that many minutes tonight. Kolek and Ryan with Pack home could have all had 12 minutes. I agree, man. I mean, look, Tom Thibodeau needs to learn how to evolve as a head coach, and he just needs to learn how to find different lanes for certain players. Timeout breaks, substitution patterns, and right now he's struggling. Right now it's terrible. It's terrible. It is. And I know, look, the Knicks gave up 132 points. They gave up 40 points in the fourth quarter. Look, man, when you have your starters playing that many minutes, they're not going to be good defensively because they're going to be tired. They're going to have heavy legs. And these games are going to come quick now. You know, first couple of weeks, the Knicks really never played. I mean, they played every 3 days. Not anymore. Another game on Tuesday versus 76ers. Then we're coming home. It's been a wonky schedule, I know. Knicks came home from one game. Now they're back on the road. But no excuses, man. No excuses. And I want someone to ask Thibs, what is the reasoning going to 7 men in the month of November? He needs to stop. They look gassed at the end of the game. It's honestly stupid, if you ask me. And for a team that's kind of, you know, guys get hurt. Does it sound smart? I don't know. It doesn't sound smart to me. All right, Thibs is speaking. Thibs says Cam is further along in recovery than Precious. Wouldn't speculate if either will be available for Philly, but Cam sounds like a possibility. But even when Cam Payne was playing, I mean, let's be honest, he was only playing 10 minutes a game off the bench. I just don't understand the logic about not playing. Just trust Kolek, man. He doesn't trust. The thing about it is that he just doesn't trust his guys. He doesn't trust Kolek yet. And what I want to tell Thibodeau is Kolek is giving you nothing to not trust him. No reason for him not to trust him. In fact, versus the Bucks, he played well. I think he's been playing well. And then you reward him with 2 minutes. Stubborn. And look, I'm not the minute police. I know everyone, I know there's some people out there who don't agree with what I'm saying right now. I'm not the minute police. I'm not. I understand it later on in the season. I understand it in the playoffs. I just can't wrap my head around it in the month of November. November 10th in game number 9. When you have fresh bodies, Hukporti, Daddier, your rookie that you drafted in the first round this year. And when given the opportunity, he's shown you that he can score a little bit. He could ball. Just hasn't gotten run. Matt Ryan is a sniper. There's not certain situations where, you know, you need a quick bucket. You get Matt Ryan in there. Nope. Oh, man. Frustrating guys, man. But Pacers shot 45% from 3. 51% from the field. Rebounds 32-39. Knicks actually out-rebounded the Indiana Pacers. Not many rebounds out there when the Pacers are hitting everything. I thought the ball was stagnant at times. It seems like in the fourth quarter, the Knicks don't really run their sets as much. Only 23 assists tonight for the Knicks. 5 steals, 3 blocks. Look, most of these numbers go toe-to-toe with the Pacers. It's just that fourth quarter where they couldn't miss anything. They couldn't miss a 3. Defense was just not there for the New York Knicks. And, you know, I don't want to blame one guy. A couple of times, Cat was the pick and roll. They kept going to Cat and Bridges, and they just were confused. Cat was leaving Miles Turner open. 19 fast break points from the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks had a 10-point lead in the third quarter, and evaporated in a blink of an eye. Evaporated. They can't keep leads right now. It's frustrating, man. Yeah, Dakota, how about the fouls by both teams to end the half? That was wonky, man. And to end the half, that was wonky. I thought OG Anunoby, I thought they called a BS foul, and Anunoby on Siakam. I didn't think that was a foul. Mike says it's game number 9. The entire league is leaving us behind because he refuses to play rookies. When the entire league is playing them, the next thing is the 3-point shooting. Get them up. Sorry, I'm livid. We blew a lead because of not playing our bench. We couldn't keep up the energy or intensity because we were tired. Point blank. Point blank, man. When Brunson was balling tonight, 30 and 10 from Jalen Brunson. In that second quarter especially, he was balling in that second quarter. Absolutely balling. Cat was balling as well. Anunoby balled out tonight. But at the same time, you need to find different pockets to get them rest and to get different guys in there. But this game sucked. It did. When you have two of your best players giving you 60-plus points combined, 60-plus points from both of them combined. 63 points from them, 10 assists, and you can't find a way to win that game. Another good game from Hart, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Bridges was the wild card tonight, who wasn't playing well. And, Thibs, obviously, Bridges, you want to get him in there and you want to trust him because he's a great player. But you got to get him more engaged. I do not like what I'm seeing from Mikal Bridges. Like I said, body language tonight. I mean, go back and look at the film. He just looked lackadaisical out there. Not going over the pick and rolls with any sense of urgency for me. It's just, I don't know. You got to show me something more, man. Show me more of what you've been giving us. And seems like he can't hit a three if it's not a corner three. And he didn't hit a three tonight. So, we had questions about his shot. I'm not bringing that up again, but it just seems like he wasn't confident out there because he was missing so many looks. And most of those looks were open. Those looks are the shots you want Mikal Bridges taking, right? I mean, those looks are the shots you want him taking. But 8 points from your bench, and Deuce McBride almost gives you 30 minutes off the bench, and he wasn't really giving you anything offensively off the bench. 1 of 5 defensively. I thought McBride looked kind of out of it tonight. But I can't blame one person. The only person I can blame right now is Tom Thibodeau. That's the only person I can blame. These guys were gassed at the end of the game. It's what more can I say? The Knicks have now blown a 13-point second-half lead versus the Cavs. 5-point lead with 2 minutes left in Atlanta. 10-point lead. Second-half lead tonight. What is going on? Those are 3 losses that you could have easily won. 13-point second-half lead versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now the Cavs are undefeated. The easy answer is that the easy answer to that, Chris, is chemistry. Obviously, it's still super early. I know people just don't like it when I keep bringing that up, but it's the reality of the situation. Some teams don't really hit their stride until January, February, and your coach right now is too stubborn to trust anyone else than 7 guys. So it's a combination of things. It is. But I think if we're in game number 40 and 50 and we're still losing those games, then I would be concerned. But right now, your coach isn't trusting anyone off the bench besides Deuce. He's too stubborn to not make the switch to play Huck Porty, to play Tyler Cole at 2 minutes. Stupidity. And these guys are still trying to find their rhythm. Mikal Bridges is still trying to find his way in this offense. Brunson and Cat already have it. Josh Hart has seemed to be more comfortable in this offense. And Anunoby has shown you that Anunoby's an amazing player, by the way. I know we lost this game, but OG Anunoby is an amazing player. Like defensively, offensively, and I have no concerns over Anunoby. But right now, you got to find ways to get Mikal Bridges going. You just do. But I think over time that will come, but those are 3 heartbreaking ways to lose. And in game number 40, if that's still happening, then it's a concern. Bridges and McBride did not play well tonight. You're not going to win a lot of games with your bench giving you 9 points. And the thing is, when Tom Thibodeau was playing 7 guys, if you're not really going to get anything from Deuce McBride, then that's a struggle to win that game. Because you're really relying on Deuce McBride to give you, that scoring punch you need off the bench. But you're subbing Deuce in and out, subbing Josh Hart in and out. Deuce came into this game questionable with an illness. Maybe he's dealing with something. Hopefully he can get better. But he played, and he just wasn't, impactful tonight off the bench. And when you're playing 7 guys off the bench and 2 of those guys off the bench aren't giving you anything, then you're going to rely a lot on your starters. You're putting too much strain on these guys on November 10th. You're just asking a lot from them. And this is all going to catch up, Tom Thibodeau. You have already guys that are injury prone on this team. I don't want injuries again. It is game number 9. And the problem is, if we were winning these games, then you can kind of mask the minutes and, kind of make excuses for the minutes. But we're still losing these games. We are still losing these games. And you're still too stubborn to not trust anyone else but one guy off that bench. This game was lost because Tom Thibodeau's stubbornness. That's it. It was. At least I think so. I know Bridges played poorly, but, you kind of want him to fight through that mid-game. But this game was lost because of your coach. Oh, man. Draw skillful. We need Kolek and Haporti on the floor, especially those are the 2 bench players that you need to utilize and have developed confidence in their game. Exactly. What makes no sense is Kolek has chemistry with Haporti. Kolek does not have any chemistry with Jericho Sims. Kolek has chemistry with Haporti. So you would think but no. And look, I'm not blaming it on one guy. Sims had, some plays tonight that were okay, but Eric says, I think Bridges needs to lead the second unit, let him produce and run the offense. Eric, they have been. The Knicks are playing Mikal Bridges the entire first quarter and half of the second quarter. He's not getting subbed out until the middle of the second quarter, which I also think is kind of crazy. And they have been trying to get him going with this bench. But, the second unit, what is the second unit right now? Jericho Sims and Deuce. That's your second unit right now. You're down Precious, you're down Campaign, and you're not trusting anyone else. So that's your second unit right now. Mike says this is why we need to Brad Stevens Thibs, because even if we don't want to disrespect the disrespectful to Thibs and fire him, bring him upstairs to the front office and bring someone fresh and new, a guy that's going to bring modern ideas, better offensive schemes, and better defense than drop coverage, play the youth, and get the best out of everyone. I'm tired of watching 1996 basketball. It's frustrating when you take a look around the NBA. Like, your Golden State is literally playing 11, 12 guys a game. The Golden State Warriors. Now, that's not sustainable. That's not at all. That rotation will shrink. But the Golden State Warriors are literally playing 10 to 11 to 12 guys sometimes a game. And everyone else is, expanding their bench, trusting their bench because they know it's a long season. And then when an injury occurs, it's like, oh, no, that was a freak injury. No, man, these things pile up, man. These minutes pile up. It is a super long season. It is. And it's frustrating that your coach right now is not seeing that. And it's like, but the thing is, it's like, even if these guys were to get in there, I don't think Tom Thibodeau has it in him to let these guys make mistakes. I don't think he has it in him. I think he sees a Kolek mistake and he yanks him. You're out of here, bro. You're out of here, buddy. You made a mistake. You're out of here. If Daddy plays, if Porty plays, he sees him. He's going to see a mistake and yank him. He doesn't let them make mistakes, and that's part of the growing pain. That's part of developing. And right now, it's just not really working in terms of the substitution patterns for the New York Knicks. I don't see what the problem with Huck, Kolek, McBride playing each of them 15 minutes, Tony. I don't see why either. Look, Huck Porty and Tyler Kolek have chemistry together. Tyler Kolek knows where to find him in terms of lobs. The Knicks are struggling with lobs, finding Jericho Sims down there. those two have chemistry from the summer league. I don't see why they're not playing, but I'm not the coach. I'm just someone that's, speaking on certain things that I see. And a 7-man rotation in the month of November is absolutely asinine. Like, all I can do is just laugh, but it doesn't make sense. It's like I wanna like dissect the game. And look, we only took 23 threes. Bridges needs to be more aggressive. Not really seeing anything out of him. Brunson, amazing. But the fatigue caught up to the guys in the fourth. Like, these guys were gassed. And I know defensively the Knicks really haven't found their identity as a team. They really haven't. And it'll come. Obviously, that will come with time. The chemistry will build with time. But he really wants the chemistry to build in game number 9. And hey, it's going to be interesting when Precious Achiuwa comes back. Who does Precious take minutes from? Obviously you're going to play Precious, but does Jericho Sims now not play? And now you just go with Precious, Campaign, and Deuce off the bench and go 8 men. I really do think the injury to Shamet really kind of effed everything up. I really do think that, because I think Shamet was going to be in the rotation with Campaign. Those guys were forming chemistry with Precious, with Deuce. I really think the injury to Shamet kind of left the Knicks, kind of like forced Tom Thibodeau to not trust anyone else, because I really do think Shamet was going to play those minutes. But Shamet's not here right now. He's not here. So you have to give those minutes to either Daddy A or someone else, And the Warriors are 7-2. Do the math. Yep. I see other teams make stupid plays all the time, and they still play. This is what I mean. They have to play to learn. Yeah, man. You got to let your rookies out there make mistakes, man. You got to just not have a quick trigger finger. Tyler Kolek got the crappy end of the stick at the end of the first quarter when the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau decided to do a defensive-offensive substitution. And then beginning of the second quarter, you would have thought, all right, Kolek is going to come back in this game, right? And he didn't. We didn't see him at all in the game. And I know defensively, Kolek is a problem, but defensively right now, this Knicks team is a problem. It's not Kolek. Like, you can't just blame Kolek for a missed defensive assignment and just not play him the entire game. When you have Bridges out there who's a turnstile right now defensively, and who's not playing well, and I know Bridges has a great pedigree. I don't know. I hate to be like, you guys know me, right? I'm normally positive about certain things. I normally take, see things in perspective and, give my honest opinion about things. But I'm telling you, man, this is not going to bode well if Tom Thibodeau keeps this up. It's not. The wins have looked great. Cat has looked great in the wins. We just beat the Bucks. Great emotional win. I know the schedule's been wonky. But Thibs, man, come on. Number one problem with the Knicks is they don't have a set rotation for the bench and what players off the bench to flow with some of the starters. Yeah, and, I go back to the Shamet injury. I think the Knicks were trying to form something with Shamet. Unfortunately, got hurt. And ever since then, it's like Thibs doesn't want to try anything new. Like, he would rather stick to his guys, stick to his starters, and stick with Deuce and give Jericho Sims, 10 minutes off the bench, even though he doesn't give you anything, than try anything else. And Tom Thibodeau, normally he changes things up. He gives it, like, going back in his coaching tenure, he normally will change things up like 15 to 20 games in. Last season, we saw that with Tom Thibodeau, change some things. He changed the starting lineup. He normally doesn't react over like 5 to 10 games. He normally gives it 15 to 20 games, but which I'm fine with. But you're not playing anyone else to try something else. So Would you say that we can win a chip with Thibs as a coach, or do you think that we should probably start thinking about someone to replace him? I think I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I do think we can win a chip with Tom Thibodeau. You just have to give him 3 to 4 guys off the bench that he can trust. And he's shown you rotations in the playoffs. It's 8 men. It's 8 men. And even versus, like, I go back to the Indiana series where we needed a punch off the bench where, like, everyone got hurt. Bogdanovich was out. And he didn't go to Burks sooner than we wanted him to. And then he finally went to Alec Burks, and you saw what Alec Burks gave us. So I can see the frustration, man. I can with the fan base. I'm frustrated as well. It's totally frustrating. In the NBA world, obviously they get on Thibs for that reason. And games like tonight are the exact reason why they do that. I don't want to keep ragging on Thibs. I don't. But when you're coaching like this, like I know you guys with the offense, I don't think the offensive sets are a problem. Defensively, you know, the Knicks as a team will get there. Last season, we were like one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. Obviously, with iHeart locking down the ship, we're still missing Mitchell Robinson. I do think we'll get there at one point this season, but you know, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But I would love him to obviously the Knicks believe in him. They gave him that extension, and for good reason. He's a great coach. He's a great coach. It's just nights like tonight is what makes you scratch your head and honestly question things. They do. They do. The Kolek minute, like I get the Sims minutes. I get them. Obviously, McBride obviously needs to get in there. The Kolek minutes tonight were that's where I'm really upset about. Like really upset about because Tyler Kolek is a rookie and all he's done is impress. All he has done is impress Tyler Kolek. And you're literally not rewarding him. Like you're not. Like 2 minutes tonight. What is that going to do for his confidence? Like I know like he's a confident player. Brunson has given him high regard. So I know his confidence is next game. He's probably going to forget this game. And obviously next game he'll probably play well. But yeah. And I know your starters are playing absolutely incredible, but besides Bridges. But, yeah, guys, I mean, this is a tough loss. Tough loss. Let's take a look at this next schedule coming up. We got the 76ers coming up. Joel Embiid makes his return, of course, versus the New York Knicks. The first NBA Cup game for this Knicks team at Philadelphia, a place where this Knicks team is very familiar in playing at. I'm sure they're going to be motivated. It's going to be an emotional night. Joel Embiid's coming back. Paul George, no Maxey, though. That's going to be a tough game. Another tough game. And then you come home for last week. I would have called these home games winnable games. But have you guys seen the Brooklyn Nets play? Them dudes play hard. That Brooklyn team plays hard. They almost beat Boston. They almost beat Cleveland. They play hard. So this is not a layup. These 2 games are not a layup. Bulls, they play tough. Washington, that's your layup. At Phoenix with no Durant, tough. West Coast trip. At Utah, at Denver, at Dallas. And then the schedule, you know, starts to lighten up for this team. This is where I think the Knicks can actually get fat. But these games are just going to keep on coming. And your first back-to-back of the season is next week. Like I said, these games are going to keep on coming. That 7-man rotation at Philly. And then the next day versus the Chicago Bills. Not really a crazy travel day. You can take the Amtrak down to Philly, coming back to New York. But that's your first back-to-back of the season. Does Tom Thibodeau stay with 7 men? Stay tuned. And then every other day. And then another back-to-back. Brooklyn, Washington. Like, these games are going to come quick. These games are coming quick. Mike says he's a great coach, and that's what's so frustrating about it. How are you not seeing the things we can clearly see on TV? Yeah, Mike, it's It's frustrating. Chris, what's going on? I know our defense would lose a step with the changes made initially, but seeing Mikal struggle on D is concerning. He's the last one I would figure would struggle as a point of attack defender. Frustrated. Yeah, Knicks should have shot more threes. Yeah, man. I said it earlier, Chris. This game kind of made me feel empty about Mikal Bridges tonight. Obviously, defensively, he wasn't engaged. He wasn't, he was struggling. He was. Offensively, his shot right now is from behind the arc. If it's not a corner three, he's missing those top of the key threes. Knicks are not really getting him involved offensively. He's not really a ball handler for this team. Like last year, we had Dante bring the ball up a lot. I would like to see way more of that with Mikal Bridges. Kind of run your offense through Mikal to get his confidence going, and we just go from there. But, yeah, you're not really seeing anything on that front from Mikal. And, because game number 9, he's shown us a little bit. But I really want to see Mikal. Look, man, you traded a lot for this guy, and I know he's a good player, but right now he's just tonight especially just wasn't like I didn't feel good about Mikal. Like I didn't love watching him play defensively. It was sagging off guys, going underneath pick and rolls, looking lost at times. Just body language was just not aggressive. Like I need the fire, man. I need some fire from Mikal. I need something. I need something. I don't think Mikal Bridges is happy with his role on this team. I hope I'm wrong. Look, good thing it's game 9 and the Knicks can figure that out. Look, Brunson needs to figure that out, obviously. But Brunson, I can't. Back-to-back games yesterday. Prior game, he had 8+ assists. Tonight, 10 assists for JB. Great game. Great game. But, yeah, they got to get him involved. Trying to see if Tom Thibodeau spoke yet, but look, man, it's tonight sucked. Man. What more can I say? Pacers shot 45% from 3. We didn't need to shoot more than 3. We needed to defend the perimeter better. We did, and Bridges and Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, I contribute that tonight to fatigue. I do. And if you're going to bench Kolek for not playing defense, which is stupid because he's a rookie, come on now. Oh, man. All right, tough game here. Obviously we'll get back on track, but, Tom Thibodeau needs to get this rotation in order. It sucks, but the podcast will be tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. We'll be talking about all of this rotation, everything, 9 or 9:30 p.m. Make sure you hop in the podcast, and then we just go from there. Got a tough game versus 76ers, but tonight sucked. Appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me tonight. Enjoy your rest of your Sunday evening. Unfortunately, we couldn't come out with a victory. Hopefully, we get him in Philly. I'm Anthony. Subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.